So, we pick up with our heroes after they have repaired the speeder and are ready to embark into the wilderness. What would you guys like to do?
If we are ready to go, we think that we should make as much haste as we could. We think finding Daedalus might be a time sensitive affair.
Yes.
I agree.
Should we? Do we have a way to get out of here without being noticed in the speeder?
No, the speeder should have got a paint job.
Okay. Then let's make sure we keep Watson covered and head off.
I think I asked for Hot Rod Red, if I remember right.
That is correct. You did ask for that. And the angel
nice.
androids are able to make that happen.
Very nice choice of color, Captain.
We see that it matches the color of your cheeks.
No, well, again, I'm not sure you're all realizing how differently temperatured it is here.
Laura, I am literally fine, and I came from the same place as you.
Well,
It's
you
this
know,
is in Celsius.
We measure temperature in Moonseers.
Moon Seers.
Converting it.
Get out of here.
completely
Get out of here. It's apples and oranges out here. Yeah, okay. So you guys are just gonna drive out of town, or what's your guys' battle plan?
We were Takashi gave us a location where we needed to head, right?
Yes, that would get you out of the bubble.
Okay. And then we have the description of the place from Alara's head.
Yeah.
Which we could give that information to Watson, and he could be our sat nav to get to the mountain.
Excellent. So you guys are taking Watson with you to the temple.
Definitely sounded like he was coming with us when Alara said that we were going to have him hunker down until we got out of the city.
Awesome.
Yeah, I figured we might need his help.
Cool. Well, you guys plug the coordinates in, and Watson will begin feeding them into the navigation computer of the Preserver speeder. He does say that the speeder is capable of self-piloting if nobody wants to pilot.
Aelin looks at the captain like, no one wants to pilot, right? Captain?
I'm already up in the driver's seat. I know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, Captain, I would like for you to make me a vehicles check, please, as you begin winding through the populated segment of Starhaven before you get to the wild exit point.
Oh. No. Oh my God.
Ah.
I feel lucky. Because
Do you?
punk.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was horrible.
Natural ones be like that.
I can't roll. I was like, I couldn't do any worse.
Sure.
23. The reroll.
Perfect. So with the 23 on the reroll, as you're guiding the speeder through the streets, you do notice it has wound down to nighttime now. People are starting to make their way off of the street up to bed. You do pass a couple of AEGIS agents that are still knocking on doors, asking people about what happened at the Farsighter compound. You see that there's a lot of urgency in their movements as you're all making around. You seem to have made some kind of splash between the Earth government and the Farside government. The Aegis agents appear to be trying to pick up the pieces of that relationship at the moment.
Oops.
Oops. You do get to the edge, to the southwest edge of Starhaven proper, out of the central district, and back into the Greenwell, the sort of sneaky little place that you got into. I need one more vehicles check to get over the wall of the Greenwell without being noticed by the guards, because the area is still under quarantine by the Senate.
God, what's with the dice tonight?
Oh, you weren't here on Friday for the dice problems.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm doing a reroll.
That wasn't even Roll20's fault that time. That was Foundry's fault.
Yep.
26.
Excellent. You're able to slip through undetected. And you make sure to stay far away from the mirror zone based on Watson's directions. And you make your way into this deep jungle biome that's sort of overgrown the bounds of itself. And you begin guiding the speeder, making your way through this deep, dense jungle on your way to the edge of the dome, where you will be able to escape the contained area within. What order is everybody in the speeder?
What's the seating
Yeah.
like?
It's got 3 rows of seats. Pilot, co-pilot, a middle bench, and a back bench. And you can fit 2 people up front and 3 to 4 people if they crammed into the middle and the back rows.
Aelin would be in the middle.
Okay, then Ursa will sit in the back.
Yeah, Laura's probably in the back as well. Maybe Watson between the 2 twins.
I don't want to sit by him.
He looks at you and he's holding Toasty and he's like, "What do you mean you don't want to sit by us?"
Are you still doing your tests, Watson?
Are you still from another dimension?
I don't know. You won't tell me.
She never was.
He kind of narrows his binocular eyes at Alara. Hold Toasty
What's
for
it-
a second.
But why? Sure, why?
Not you, Alara.
What?
Hold him. And she holds the toaster up to you.
To who?
To Ursa.
You just. Okay.
That's his new friends. Well, old friends, but now more. You'll see.
When I take the toaster, is it like a dog or is it just like there?
So you see the toaster as you're holding it in the glass side on the side of it. That was dumb, Alex.
Okay.
On its glass side, you see there's this LED smiley face on the front of it.
Hello.
Its LED face stops, and hello pans across it in LED lights.
Oh, Watson, this is much more friendly than you.
He hasn't been subjected to 50,000 cycles of isolation and loneliness.
Oh yes, 50,000 cycles.
I'm just saying, you complain a lot for somebody who was in prison for 50 years or something.
Just do whatever you're gonna do with Alara and move on.
Push down the sides on Toasty.
Push it down.
You see that the slots go down on the toaster, and the coils heat up. And after a couple of seconds, the coils spring up, and 2 pieces of toast fly out
That weren't in there before?
that were not in there before.
They're well toasted.
They are very well toasted.
How well?
Oh.
Are they robotic?
They are not robotic. They seem
they
to be made
alive?
of earth bread.
Earth toast.
How did he do that?
Watson is taking notes on his arm.
How did you do that, little guy?
Across the front of the toaster it says, "I am programmed to make toast. And to be your friend."
Ursa hugs the toaster a little closer to her and looks out the window.
Oh, that's nice.
Ursa's holding it so she can't see it, but Laura, you see through the other side. It does say this is nice when Ursa is holding the toaster.
Oh.
I'm
It's just a
kill it
toasty
just
little
like I
guy.
did freaking Rar.
No.
I didn't do it on purpose.
And Watson says that was the test.
So, did she pass then?
Data is inconclusive.
Watson.
If I
It's
find
not
another
very
apple,
helpful.
I'll do another test.
Sure. You work on that. Work on your navigation first, though.
Excellent.
And for the rest of the trip, unless someone specifically talks to her, Alara's gonna try to like figure out exactly what kind of block is in her head and like the scope of it.
Awesome. Chimera and Flynn and Aelin, I would like for all of you to make perception checks for me. Aelin, I'll give you a +2 circumstance bonus for your keen hearing.
Okie doke.
And just something completely different.
21.
18.
20.
All three of you are able to hear this. Chimera and Flynn, you hear this sort of deep hissing noise and the cracking of branches up ahead. Aelin, with your enhanced hearing, you're able to hear two people whispering to one another, asking, "Do you think they're gone, or do you think they're still outside waiting for us?" "I don't know. Poke your head up and find out."
As we're speeding by in the speeder.
As you're making your way through the jungle, yeah.
Okay.
Speeding is probably a gracious
'cause
term.
I was gonna say because it's overgrown.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. She'll look at Chimera. Well, she'll poke her head up in between Chimera and Flynn, and she'll look at both of them. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Just the clicking of branches, or the two individuals asking if they had gone?
Well, the hissing that accompanied it.
There are two, at least, individuals nearby speaking to one another.
Pull out my pistol.
Did Alara mention about the missing Aegis soldiers?
I think she did. I don't know if she had specifically said the names, but I think she.
I don't think.
that they were-
I don't remember if you got the names or not. I'm just trying to remember.
She definitely mentioned them. I think.
Yeah.
Well, she
Okay.
thought them really hard.
Yeah, I think she mentioned that Hanson or one of them was more concerned about something else.
Right. Okay.
Because you mentioned the two by name to see if I knew their names, and I'm like, no. And then, and then you kind of went on a little bit about them looking for them looking for some others, but
She'll look at Flynn. Do you think these may be the Aegis soldiers that have gone missing?
no. Wasn't my first thought.
Would it be good to have a couple of Aegis officers owe us a favor?
Yes, but having a couple of Aegis officers knowing that we're out here, we're not supposed to be.
We have a way with words. If it comes down to that. However, we can continue on if we so choose. We leave the decision to you, Captain.
Did they give any other indication of what they could be at her for?
Well, they may have been trying to clear the area, make it safe for habitation. We don't believe Alara knew specifics as to why they may be missing. But if we do not wish to stop, you're fine with that as well.
Do we see any kind of movement nearby or anything, Alex?
The path ahead, you can see a lot of rustling in the undergrowth, and it looks like the path ahead opens into some kind of clearing of some description.
Well, I half suspect they're going to try to ambush us right before we hit the clearing, so keep an eye out.
Aelin will undo the latch on her holster and sit back into the middle seats.
Excellent. Does anyone have the middle seat to herself?
Yep, apparently.
Nice.
So that's what's going on.
Excellent. Sorry, just getting everybody in the truck the way they need to be.
Because
That's
we need to worry about that for no apparent reason. Because we're not going to get ambushed or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right. So, as the clearing sort of opens up ahead, you can see a large ring of enormous lizards, sort of encircling a cave and chomping at the bit to get in there and attack somebody. You can't see who's inside. But I will move us to the Roll20 map, and I'll move y'all over here so you can see what I'm talking about.
How many people do I have to run over?
How many lizards do you have to run over?
Yep.
The names of the lizards.
Wow.
That's their scientific name.
Yes, that's the Latin name.
No doubt.
I love that.
Everybody at home should be able to see the big fuck off wizards too. They're sort of these long. They're about 8 feet long, or 1.8 meters. Calvin. Covered in thick.
I know what 8 feet is.
I'm glad you know what 8 feet is, because I don't know what 1.8 meters is.
So you do? It's 8 feet.
They basically look like dire Komodo dragons, to borrow a term from D&D. Anybody who has expertise paleontology or expertise history can make a check for me if they want.
Who has expertise paleontology?
Well, I'm
The
assuming.
characters are playing the Jurassic Us.
They're definitely not like a preserver thing at all.
No. Apocalypse, Jason has expertise, paleontology, probably.
I literally had like just thought about that.
You should have brought him.
Savage Centuria has expertise, paleontology.
I love Savage Century. Probably super badass. Where are these lizards? They're around us? Surrounding?
They're not surrounding the speeder. They're surrounding this sort of clearing over here, where you can see a couple of Aegis guys tucked away in the back with their guns drawn, trying to keep the lizards at bay.
Am I supposed to be able to see the map?
You are supposed to be able to see the map.
Alex
I
didn't
need to
move
refresh.
us.
I did move
Okay,
us.
so nobody else can see the map too?
I can see the map.
There it goes.
I still can't see the map. Oh,
Mine just kicked
okay. Okay, now I'm here. I made it. We made it together.
We did it.
Now I can see where the lizards are.
Oh, good. I would like everybody to roll for initiative.
Are you?
Evan's like, I'm going back to playing a speedster.
Yeah, this is a bunch of bullshit.
Ooh, Alara!
Right?
Good.
An initiative over 10.
That's weird.
Yeah. Did you put points in improved initiative?
Hmm. Never.
I'll never tell. Ursa, you're up first.
Okay, are we trying to save these people? I'm sorry. Are we saving them?
One can never have too many favors owed.
Okay. She will. What does she do? Do I want to do?
Just got the paint done.
She'll take one of these big rocks over here, and she's gonna yeet it at the lizards on the far side. She wants to hit both of them.
One heck of a throw if you're throwing it to far side.
Nice name.
It's like 3 planets away. If you count Earth. Yeah, if you want to hit them at the multi-attack, it'll be a -2 to hit both of them, but in 2 separate rolls.
So a 16 and an 18.
Those will both hit.
Yay.
DC 26, toughness. Oh no.
Yeah.
20.
Squish.
What's 26 minus 9? 17? Yeah, that'll squish that one.
Yep.
26 minus 12 is 14. That'll stagger the other one. Oh boy. Okay. What happens, Ursa, as you squish the lizards with a big rock?
So Aelin says her favors thing, and Ursa just sort of sighs and just reaches out her hand, lifts up the rock, and just like throws it, and it just hurtles at the lizards, crushes the one completely, and just sort of, I'm thinking that it probably just gets like a couple of the limbs of the other one.
Did it roll onto him?
Rock and roll.
Oh,
Oh
oh,
my
oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Logging off.
Ichuta 101.
Wow.
What it sounded like, Alex.
Yep, that was on purpose.
Wow.
Ursa, do you want to move out of the speeder, or are you okay being at the mercy of whoever's driving?
No, she's still holding Toaster Man, so
Okay.
just gonna snuggle up with him, chill,
I heard toast.
protect him with her life.
His little LED lights will say, "Go, Ursa, good job."
As he toasts you and everything bagel.
Man, I don't know if they make toasters that give affirmations, but I think I need one of those.
They do. They make everything.
Aelin, over to you.
All right. So Aelin will quick draw her weapon, and she will configure it into the sniper rifle, and she will pick on the one directly south of the one with the red dot. Alex.
This one?
Yep, that one there.
Perfect.
And since I haven't moved, I can take. Is it a move action to take aim if you have improved? But you have to have improved aim for that, right?
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's a standard action.
That's what I thought.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Then I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to take the shot.
You can use extra effort to do an aim and then shoot in the same round.
I didn't need to. That's a crit.
Yay!
How woot. DC 30.
DC 30.
That's a difference of 14 for a stagger and a bruise.
Mm-hmm.
What happens, Aelin?
So Aelin pulls her pistol. It configures out into a long-barreled sniper rifle. She sights down the scope and fires off a shot that goes probably directly through the shoulder blades of that lizard.
Ow. Awesome. You want to move?
All right. Aelin, shoot. She will hop out of the vehicle and take cover behind that rock there.
Awesome. Somehow it's Alara's turn.
It's what?
Doesn't sound right at all.
I shouldn't be going so soon. I am going to drop a burst in there. It is a selective area burst of, what did I call this? Confusion. To possibly daze or stun these guys.
Ooh, nice.
Confusion.
This is the land of confusion.
So it's a perception will save. So yeah.
Tell
I
me
just have to be
why.
able to perceive them.
It's perception area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Area selected.
So they make
the two dudes should be okay.
and they make a dodge save. Does it hit all of them?
Yeah, it's 30-foot burst, so
Yeah, I guess it will hit everybody.
Haha, the pincer maneuver is biting them in the butt.
Curses.
Exactly. They're in a perfect circle.
So perception area, they've got to make a dodge save first.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, perception area, you make a dodge save, and if you succeed, you're out of the effect because you dodge out of the perception of it. You like close your eyes or you slam your ears shut or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, perception range is different than perception area.
Should probably learn all that.
I didn't learn about it until very recently. It's confusing.
Just gonna make some notes.
So that's 2 have failed. This is getting out of hand. I'm gonna move the character sheet over here. 3 have failed. 1 succeeds. 2 succeed. That one fails. Fails. Succeeds. Fails, and then they all make their will save. The ones who succeed avoid it entirely. The ones who fail the dodge save fail. Also, we'll probably want to look at that power. If you have perception area and burst area, you don't need both of those.
I think it's perception range. Increase range to perception, and then it affects an area.
Let me look at the power, how you built it, and I'll
'Cause-
figure it out.
Okay.
Send me over your character sheet after the game.
Yeah.
So will saves. 1. So I had what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 failures. First one will succeed on the will save. Second one will fail by 2 degrees. Third one will fail by 3 degrees. Fail by 3. Fail by 2. And that's... And I've got one more. Needs to make a will save.
That was 4.
19, 7, 6, 7, 9, 18. I think that's all of them.
1, 2, 3. Yep, now it is.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are going to suffer the worst effect.
It's only 2 degrees, so it's dazed and stunned.
Okay, so let
So-
the stunning begin. Stunning will be green. When and if it wants to show up. Okay. Alright, what happens, Alara, as you confuse this big group of creatures?
So Alara sort of sits up in the vehicle once it becomes clear that there's combat going on. I'm kind of figuring that her attempts to deal with whatever mental blocks are inside her head haven't been very effective. So feeling a bit frustrated, she will instead turn that mental power and focus onto these guys, sort of disrupting their balance.
Excellent.
And
And
maybe-
the lizards are sort of just like rolling around a little bit, dazed, and their tongues are lolling out of their mouths.
And hold them for a moment.
And are you looking to move as well, or are you okay?
No, I'll stay in here. Alara trusts the captain.
Watson knows that.
Watson should shut up about it.
Does she trust the captain? She just does she trust the captain's leather pants?
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
They are really supportive. Flynn, over to you.
Awesome. I am going to. I'll let Alex do this, but I am driving the vehicle forward, and as I'm driving, I'm gonna spin out the back so the guns are facing forward, and yeah, I'm gonna start shooting me dire lizards.
Pew 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 pew.
What do I need? Is it vehicles for the vehicle weapons, or do I?
Yeah, give me a vehicles check for the vehicles weapons. Unless you have like ranged combat gunnery or something like that.
Do not. 20.
That will hit.
Are these minions?
They are not minions. Which lizard are you shooting?
I am shooting this one right here.
Excellent. It's a DC 27 toughness save for him. Oh no, that lizard is no more. What happens when?
That lizard just gets blasted, and it's just a big flash of light, and then you just see a little bit of tail fly off. And then Flynn will. And so these ones look kind of out of it, spacey.
Oh yeah.
And what about the one in red?
He looks like he's okay still.
You know what? I want to hero point this. I'm gonna shoot again. With him being the next target.
Excellent.
29.
That's a critical hit, which makes this a DC 32 toughness save.
Ow.
He gets turned into space dust. What happens?
Yeah, there's another flash of light from the guns, and it's one of those panels where they kind of do the little faint shading of the character, so you can see like a silhouette, a partial broken up silhouette of the character, and the flash, and then the next panel, there's nothing there.
Atomized.
What did I say? No disintegrations.
Whoops. I think you boys are lost. Why don't you come this way? To the Aegis troops.
They kind of poke their heads up and they look at you guys. They look at all the big scary lizards and they're like, "Yeah, okay." And on their turn, they look like they're going to run over here and try to jump in.
There's plenty of room in the third row. Middle row.
It's only because Aelin got out.
The lizards, this one that's staggered is going to try and climb up this cliff and try to run away because it's an animal and there's easier prey out here. However, these two are going to come over here and attack the speeder. They will slither over and leap up with their stubby little crocodile legs, land on the front compartment. One of them is going to try to bite Alara. Nom 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 nom. 12 is probably not going to hit your parry DC. And one's going to try to bite Flynn. A 12 is also probably not going to hit your parry DC, Flynn.
It's not.
And then the other ones are stunned. I'll roll to see if they break out of the stun. Nope. Yes. Nope. Nope. So the second one does shake off its confusion at the end of its turn. Chimera, over to you.
I will get out and move over here and supersize me, please.
You got it.
And then I will, I guess, ready an action should any of the creatures come at Mistress Aelin.
Also, Aaron redeemed a hydrate. So hydrate before you dehydrate. But what are you doing, Kevin, after you bulk up?
Readied an action to attack any of the lizards that come at Mistress Aelin.
Excellent. At the end of initiative, these two guys are going to run 30 feet forward. They'll take a double move to get into the... They'll scramble into the speeder. It looks like one of them is leaning heavily on his partner. Looks like one of them has been bit pretty bad by one of these creatures. Ursa.
Ursa is going to use her telekinetic bomb about here. Maybe. Oh. About here. It's not doing it. Right by the ones that are dead.
Right here?
Yeah, so that she can get all of them in it. It's a 30-foot radius. It's also selective, so she'll obviously choose
Excellent.
to not kill Flynn or anything.
That's kind of you.
Flynn appreciates that.
No, don't get on my bad side, though.
So it's damage 8. That means I need an 18 dodge save. Lizard 1 fails. Lizard 2 fails. 3 fails. 4 fails. 5 succeeds. 7 succeeds. So the 4 that failed are going to have to roll against the full DC 23 toughness. One of them is fine. One of them takes a bruise.
One is staggered, and one of them is fine.
One is staggered, one is fine. And then the ones that failed will have to roll a toughness save versus DC 19. Those two are fine. So, Ursa, what happens as you launch this big telekinetic bomb?
So, instead of it being like a bomb, she sort of just lifts up a like a fallen log, and she just sort of like uses her powers to rip it apart in like a explosion type fashion, and it just shards just fly into the lizards surrounding them.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
The lizards don't look like they appreciated that.
That sucks. And then she holds her toaster a little bit closer.
He doesn't have
That's
anything
interesting.
he doesn't have any words going across, but there are like LED fireworks going off on his front display. Aelin.
Aelin looks like she's readying another shot, and Chimera would hear, "No, we have this. We don't. We know. We will get a chance later. We have this under control." And she will take a shot at the one that she staggered last time.
Excellent.
Okay, 27 to hit.
That'll sure hit. And it's got a bruise.
Oh, look at that.
The round slams into it, but in its confused state, it doesn't seem to have any reaction to it.
And, yeah, we sure do have this. Quiet.
There's a fight going on in there.
Mm-hmm. That's it for me.
Do you want to move, or are you okay?
I'm okay hanging out here.
Okay. Lara.
Okay, well, stunning these guys seemed pretty effective, so let's just keep applying the pressure. Not that it's cumulative, I just mean let's just keep trying to keep them from moving.
The ones who are stunned, I won't roll. They can't make dodge saves, so they are automatically included. They're gonna have to roll another will save, but they're already stunned, so it doesn't get worse with them.
I should be able to get everybody but the one that's running away.
Yep.
Which is fine.
So I've got 1, 2, 3 of them that need to make saves. Two of them succeed. So the middle guy here who staggered will roll will save for the 18. He'll be dazed. What happens, Alara?
So Alara is still just trying to sift through the minds of these creatures. Just attempting to keep them from attacking the rest of the crew as best she can. Actually, I think we're just going to use one of these hero points here, because I have way too much for 930.
It's true.
And take an extra action and avoid being fatigued to try this again. No, yeah, I'm just going to try something again. So we don't have to kill these guys. We can at least keep them in place for a bit.
All three of them succeed on the dodge save.
Should have crunched. All right.
Shoulda, woulda, crunched. Do you want to move, or are you happy hanging out with that wizard in your face?
Yeah, he's not stunned, actually. I'll flop off the back of this thing because I'm so dexterous. Tumble over to here-ish.
Do that frightened backwards crab crawl that you see in all the horror movies.
Yes. She does that to, like, back out of the speeder, falls over as she gets off of it, and then gets back to her feet, moves into the bushes.
Excellent. Watson will roll over here in front of the wizard and put his little robot hands up.
What's a no?
You leave Alara alone.
Oh, Watson, that's so sweet. But also, no.
Finn.
About blasted.
Jonesy, you might be on mute.
Yeah, for some reason it paused on my side and froze for a second.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Jonesy is going to shoot at the lizard in his face. I just had this painted.
Pew 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 pew.
21 to hit.
21 will hit. Do you know if your blaster has multi-attack on it?
It doesn't. It just pew 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 sonic goal. So
Well, it does pew 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 for another bruise. What happens?
the I say that it looks right at my face. I blasted it. Just sticks its tongue out.
Excellent. You did shoot it in the face, and you guys aren't worth the trouble, so it's going to run away. It's going to scale that cliff wall, and this one's going to keep running off of the map.
It's gonna nope out.
Mm-hmm. This one's going to try to eat Watson.
Oh,
I don't think that it's Watson. I forgot to have Watson's character sheet open.
Unacceptable.
My bad.
I say it misses Watson.
16 might hit him. He's not a very high power level. 16 does hit him.
oh.
But good news, Watson is immune to poison, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And he only takes a bruise, so good for Watson.
Watson's not a minion. Yay! Wait, Watson's not a minion.
And the lizard sort of chomp down on him, drag him around a little bit. He is going to try to use fast grab to grab Watson. He will hit, so Watson needs to make a strength check versus DC 18.
Watson.
Oh no.
Watson is vulnerable, or is mobile and defenseless, and in the lizard's mouth.
Why does everything in this game try to eat us?
Really?
And the lizard will run over here with Watson.
Oh, is he?
Oh no!
Help! Help! Help!
Watson!
No, I'm just imagining the rescuers down under. That's Joanna, and Watson is one of the eggs.
I love that movie.
And this one's gonna schlep over here and try to eat Aelin.
Triggering.
Triggering.
Is ready.
Yeah.
Crouch.
So. Oh, maybe.
Reach out and punch face.
So here it comes. Guess the wrong. Is that the wrong one? That's the wrong one. Hold on. I have so many character sheets.
There's
Nope.
big chimera and little chimera and
Here we go.
They're a
Here.
little chimera?
giant-sized chimera.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay, so 26 to hit in supersized mode.
That'll hit.
All right, it's a DC 25 toughness,
It rolls a 24. It'll take a bruise.
and I have fast grab. So y'all can go ahead and make that check to avoid being grabbed. Son of a.
It avoids being grabbed.
Okay.
So it is going to try and bite Aelin.
Okay.
How thoughtless. Ha ha, that's what you get.
I get a big old 8, so that's not going to hit.
Nope.
I ain't even got to interpose that shit.
Nope. And the 3 stunned ones are still stunned.
Hey.
Stunning.
Rolling around on the ground like, what's going on with our lizard brains? Chimera, over to you.
Alrighty then. Let me see here. I will. I'll try and strike that little joker again. Bam. Oh, a
Nice.
crit. Ha ha ha. I mean, that's terrible. DC 30 toughness.
DC 30 toughness, okay.
Hey!
It gets a 25. Wow.
Yeah.
19 on the dice. So another bruise.
So almost a crit for you. How about you do that fast grab thing again? Son of a! But you wasted a crit.
I
on
did.
Not
I
being
did
grabbed.
waste a crit on not being grabbed.
That's what you get.
These lizards are slippery, Chimera. What's happening as you're trying to fight this one off of Aelin?
It's like kind of lunging in, and Chimera is like smack, and then tries to grab it, but it must be one of those slippery lizard types, so you can't quite get a hold of it.
Excellent. Ursa.
Ursa is going to wrench the one that's holding Watson's mouth open and take him back. I think that's her plan.
Excellent. Roll to hit him with your move object.
Just my telekinesis.
Yeah, just your telekinesis.
19.
That will hit. So now it'll be an opposed strength check between the lizard and your telekinesis, which is rank 6, so d20 plus 6.
20.
It must be plus 11, actually. I think it's marked as an AoE for some dumb reason, because I think you have 11 telekinesis.
Self-telekinesis is 14. I don't know what self-telekinesis means.
That's your flight, I think. Because your other stuff is DC 26, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it should be plus 11. So you got a 27.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
No. Watson's going in the jungle, guys. I don't know what to tell
I'm
you.
gonna spend a hero point to go again. And try again. Oh no. Will 14 hit it?
14 does hit it.
Oh, thank God.
So d20 plus 11.
20 plus 11. So 22.
I got a 24, so the lizard still has a hold. of
Wait.
Watson.
But wait. I'm rolling
Nice.
again.
Wait, there's more.
18 plus 11. 29.
You grab a hold of Watson, you yank it out of the lizard's mouth.
You better show me some freaking respect for this.
I'll say you could drag him all the way back over with your telekinesis because it's so strong.
Awesome.
He lands
Okay.
with a thud in the back bench. He looks over at you. He says, "I was joking about the multiverse thing. You are the real Ursa."
Get behind me. Get behind me. I'm gonna move over here to where Alara was so that if any lizards come from this side.
I'm very glad we didn't have to go on a side quest to rescue Watson. Yet. Aelin.
Aelin has the lizard in her face. She sees Chimera having a bit of trouble, and she says, "Fine." And if you will pop bronze token out, please.
I sure will.
Burn.
There should be one attached to your...
To the character sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will make sure to pull that out next time. Braun will pop up there. Cracker Knuckles reach down into the reach down to grab the pistol, which conforms to her hand, creating the gauntlet, and she goes, "We wanted to smack something around tonight," and she will claw strike at the lizard.
Slash.
22 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. And that's going to do a bruise and a daze. And it has a rider. Rider effect.
Oh.
Yep, because it's the taser strike.
Mm.
So it is a DC 19 fortitude save for the lizard.
And it does have 4 hits, so that will reduce its fortitude by 4. It rolled a
It is
20.
fine. It's fine. So the slash comes in and electricity arcs off of it, but doesn't penetrate its hide.
Awesome. Ursa, you do have moral support on your next roll from Wiki.
And
Wiki.
actually, Alex, I'm going to go ahead and spend the hero point for Braun to go again as she kind of gives a little bit of a harumph for that and will slash again. 18 to hit.
That will hit.
All right.
Cha-cha, real smooth. There's another 18 on the resistance check.
And then the fortitude save.
Gotta subtract that by one more.
Oh, there we go.
Oh no, what does that do?
I
I rolled a 6 for the folks at home.
It's stunned now.
Y'all brought tasers into my jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Alara brought a brain taser, but...
Sure did.
So what happens, Braun?
So this time the claws sink a little deeper and get stuck for a second, and this just blue-white arc of electricity scintillates through the lizard. And Braun looks up at Aelin and just smiles this feral grin.
Excellent. And then do you want to move or anything?
I think Aelin would still have a move because that's a standard action to summon.
Mm-hmm.
And
Braun should have a move too, because
Braun would have a move too because it has full actions on that. So yeah, both of them will kind of move back towards the speeder.
Awesome. Alara.
Well, since most of these things are stunned or running away, so Alara is going to focus on the one that tried to take Watson, and it's a singular target, so it gets a singular crunch. At a DC 23 will save.
Oh no, my lizard brain.
Wow.
Oh yeah, my lizard brain. It takes a bruise.
Let's just keep going for it. I will do extra effort, and I will spend a point to not exhaust myself. Drop her out on the field there, and let's give it another go.
Oh, there we go. That's a difference of 14 for a stagger. What happens, Ursa?
Alara.
Alara? What
Alara.
happens, Alara?
Alara. So
That's
Alara
good.
is just focusing the frustration at having this major speed bump thrown in her way kind of onto this creature, sort of slowly squeezing into whatever mental capacity she can find within this wild animal.
Excellent. It does let out this horrendous yelp of pain that echoes through the jungle.
Which it doesn't even slow her down as her fist clenches further.
Ew.
My lizard brain! You're melting my lizard brain! Alright. Flynn. Or unless Alara, did you want to move?
Actually, yes. Almost forgot. I'm gonna get back to the speeder in case we want to hop, skip, and jump out of here.
You do?
The lizards, those of them that are still not stunned, are going to run away.
Yeah, my action, I was going to hold my action and yell, get on in, we're going out. We're heading out.
Awesome. I'll take us out of combat unless anybody wants to squish the poor stunned lizards.
Nah, that's a waste of
Lizards.
lizards and a waste of time.
Waste of time and magic wax.
Can someone check this Argus fellow? It looks like he got bit pretty bad. He's bleeding all over my nice speeder.
The Aegis.
Yeah, they both of them look up and they say, "We don't know what you're doing out here, but thanks for picking us up."
We rescued you and you never saw us.
That's fair. That's yeah. What do you think, Pilson? Yeah, no doubt, Jones. We never saw anybody out here in the jungle except those big fuck off lizards.
I believe that's the scientific name.
It is their
do you-
scientific name.
Do you two happen to know Hanson or Bonham?
Yeah, they're on our squad.
I think they were looking for you.
Yeah, we were split up. They had to go. They've been on Farsighter babysitting duty for the last couple of weeks, and we've been on the search for Daedalus.
Oh.
Shouldn't have said that. Should not have told you that.
How is
While
your search
while we're on the habit of sharing information that stays in the jungle.
going? Of course.
I'm sorry, Calvin. What'd you ask?
Oh no. How is your search going?
Not well. Best we could tell, he's not inside the bubble anywhere. We thought he was doing some investigation out here in these biomes, but we haven't been able to find We haven't been able to find any trace of him.
Okay. What about that far side of babysitting you mentioned? Is there something else going on with them?
Jones will point at his leg and be like, "Does anybody know how to deal with poison or venom? Sorry, venom."
No, we're talking. Shut up.
I can make it hurt less, but I can't make it go away.
I'm gonna die of sepsis out in the jungle.
Can I try to like, you know how you like suck it out
Yeah,
and like a snake bites you? Can I try to do that, but like with my telekinesis?
sure. I'll give you a hero point for doing the heroic thing, but you can spend it right away to do that power stunt with your telekinesis.
All right.
Because it does have precise on it, so the I am gonna need a
Somebody in the party should probably make a treatment check to identify it and then
Yeah.
show it to her so she can
yeah
pull it out.
yeah.
Who in the group has treatment
I have some.
besides me?
I have some.
'Cause I'm not very good at it.
Brains has it, but she's not very good at it either.
I have an 8.
It's better than I've got.
Pretty good.
8 is pretty good, Chimera.
It's way better than most of us.
I have a 0.
Will a routine check get it done, or will I need to roll?
Routine check would be able to identify the poison and begin to help stabilize the wound. And you can sort of fish out some of it based on sort of just around where the lizard bit down. You're able to grab some of that paralytic saliva that it left on his legs. And you could show Ursa that so she could take it in her hands and get a feel for the weight and the color and the viscosity of it all. And then Ursa, go ahead and give me a telekinesis check. So d20 plus 11 plus 2, so plus 13.
5.
25 is good. So tell me what it looks like as you draw the poison from his wound with your telekinesis.
So she just sort of hovers her hand over the wound and sort of closes her eyes as she gets a feel for it, and then just starts literally just like drawing it out like she's grasping like a thread, like almost like those clowns where she's like pulling a
Scarves.
ribbon. Yeah. That's sort of how she does it, but you can't really see it that much because it's gross.
Yeah, you're just pulling like poison flecked blood out of his body in this long bloodbender string.
Icky. But yeah, that sounds sort of cool, so that's what we did.
Perfect. So they sort of they breathe a sigh of relief when that happens.
I want to shoot Allura a look that I'm trying to say something to basically give Laura a clue without saying anything. So I don't know if I need to make a roll for that or anything. But
It's a deception check. It's actually a use of that skill in the rules.
um,
It came up in the live play I did with Steve this week for some reason.
21.
21 is a good roll. Alara, go ahead and give me an insight check.
Okay. Insight.
Awesome.
7.
Jonesy, you can speak to Alara without alerting Aegis about what your intention is. So go ahead and you can speak what you want to say, and then we'll figure out what the code looks like.
Based on the request is to psychic link the crew.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We should probably have a hand signal for that.
Something less obvious than that, but yeah. Alara will link up the crew on the captain's orders.
Suggestion. I just didn't want the say this in front of the troops. What do we do with the troops? Do we take them back now and dump them off, or do we drag them out in the waste with us? Because they're looking for Daedalus also. So
Are they healed enough to make that kind of journey? I don't think so. We can.
no, we have first aid kits, and your sister's doing a kick-ass job of taking care of that poison.
Yes, that was actually very impressive.
Thank you.
So, I'm like,
I love that
I don't
this
know.
conversation is happening telepathically, but Ursa still has the in-person reaction to it.
I'm sure we could use the extra pair of hands, but I'm not sure if they'll be extremely useful.
The last time we took an extra pair of hands with us into a preserver location, they did not fare so well.
No, they were kidnapped for the most of it. So
True.
How far is the trip back if we were to drop them off?
About 45 minutes.
And then it's turning around and coming all the way back again, and hoping they don't blab that we're out here.
that is a lot of time, actually.
Worst case scenario, we can just like throw them in the trunk. Hang out.
We think they might be a little large for that, and they might resist.
Okay, so what if we just bring them and leave them in the speeder then? I didn't realize it would take so much time to drop them off.
Well,
Just time we don't have, so
the only question is, do we want others to know that we rescued Daedalus if we are successful?
I think it's gonna go down either way. So
Well, then the extra pair of hands would be helpful.
now that I'm thinking about it, he's got a big mouth. He can't keep a secret to save his freaking life.
you Daedalus.
Yes. Out of character. Flynn has no idea. He's stuck a smack.
This is like Peacemaker making assertions about the Justice League.
Well,
It's
I'm
not a
sure we
rumor.
can
Fuck you, Barry.
deal with that, but well, we've got 2 agents who owe us a favor, and then if this works, Daedalus owes us a favor, as well as whatever we're able to find out there. So I think I've changed my mind. We should just bring them.
Aelin will saunter over to where the 2 Aegis agents are sitting in the seats, and she'll look at them and she'll go, "You gentlemen are in our seats, if you don't mind." And she'll just kind of hop in and lay across their laps.
Sort of look at one another. Do you want us to move, or?
You don't seem to be very bony. We believe the trip will be relatively pleasant if we stay here.
Where are we
With
going?
that, I'm gonna I'm going to beeline it towards our destination.
So everybody gets in, and the speeder takes off. Storehaven's that way, says the Aegis guys, as we head off into next week's adventure. I think this is a good point to call it for the evening.